welcome to the very first episode of the Khadijah Show. I'm so excited to bring this show to you every single week, where every show we're going to have a theme. And for my premiere episode, what theme is better than new beginnings? The guests on today's show will be talking about those fresh new chapters, those bold restarts, and times in life that maybe throw you a curveball, but how you get over them anyway. My first guest today is Pierre Douglas. He is a Twin Cities comic staple, realtor, and father, and knows a lot about new beginnings. I'm so excited to welcome him to the show. Please welcome Pierre Douglas. All right. Thank you, Pierre, so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So excited to have you as the first guest.
Absolutely.
And, like we mentioned, the theme of the show is new beginnings.
Yes.
And you've had a lot of new beginnings, from fatherhood to comedy to even being a realtor. Also, thank you so much for helping me buy a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I helped you buy a house.
You did help me buy a house,
cold.
and you've helped a lot of people buy a house.
Yeah.
So when we think about new beginnings, can you talk about a moment that you said, I need a fresh start, and then what steps did you take to make that change?
When I got divorced,
Okay.
I was forced into a fresh start. I didn't need it, but you realize I was forced into it. And so coming into being a new man, figuring out life, dating, being a comedian, being a realtor, like, oh my God, this is all new to me, but I needed it. It was fresh. It felt good. It revived me. It was dope. So like just that whole piece of life and being forced into a new start, and taking it, taking the bull by the horn, just doing it was one of those things. Yeah.
I love that perspective and kind of flipping of that mindset, because I think sometimes people think divorce is the end of something, and it can also be a new beginning. And listen, me being your friend and watching your life, kind of go into this new beginning, you kind of like hit the other side of that, and you're getting married soon, and you're traveling.
So divorce don't stop nothing. That's the new beginning in itself. Because I was married or with this person since I was 17. So I didn't know life. I didn't know any of this stuff. So just coming out like, oh my God, this is the world? Oh, snap.
You're reborn. You're born again.
You got baptized again. So man, new beginnings.
New beginnings. And new beginnings for you can mean a lot of different things. So even the new beginning and transitioning to like your kids getting older, right, and becoming adults. Yeah. So what is that transition like? Because every stage of parenting is a new beginning.
Khadijah, I have a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old daughter and son, and it's difficult because now they're young adults. They're figuring their life out. But I'm an adult, and you're not about to play with me. And so they have their attitudes, they have their things, and we're just like going these back and forth. And my son's taller than me. He's a little bigger than me, and so he thinks that he can, And I'm like, nah, man, hey, don't try me. And so just parenting young adults it's wild.
It's not for the faint of heart.
I can drink with you.
I have a 21-year-old now too, so I totally feel that, because parenting young adults is like parenting children still, who society told them that they were adults.
Yes.
But they don't know how to do life.
Right.
Do you ever find that, like, as you're parenting, these kids are like, Dad, I'm an adult. And you're like, you're still making teenage decisions. Like, you're still making child decisions. Yeah. Do you see that a lot?
My son lives with me. He's 20, he still lives with me. And so he door dashes every day. Right? He quits jobs when he wants to. He don't pay his rental. I'm like, bro, you're acting like you're my 15-year-old son, but I'm trying to treat you like you're a young man, but you're making child decisions, and your decisions are affecting me, which ain't good. And so trying to give him that advice, but he's like, life is different now. It wasn't like you was in the 1900s. Like, first of all, bro, I wasn't in the 1900s. I'm the early 2000s, so settle down, bro. And so he acted like I'm so far removed from, his time period, but like, no, I grew up with you. Yeah. I had you young, so I know what's going on. I'm not stupid. I'm hip to this. Yeah. But he acts like I'm just so far removed. I was like, nah, bro, like, I'm doing this with you. I'm giving you this advice so you don't make the same mistakes I've made. But he ain't trying to hear that.
They're not trying to hear it because they know everything. Everything is so, they can just Google everything, and it's just like, oh, I got it. Well, you don't got it.
You don't got it.
And everybody still needs somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for him to have a new beginning.
He's about to go. He's moving to Houston in actually 2 weeks. He's moving to Houston on his own. His passion is tattooing.
Okay.
So he's tatted all over. He's an artist, so he has the skill. He's going to get the license. He had the licensing and all that. So he's moving to Houston and finding his own way because he's tired of me telling him to do it my way. Yeah. So he's finding his own. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So when you begin a new chapter, right, you've had a lot of new chapters. So when you begin a new chapter, what is the biggest fear or hesitation that you think comes up for you when you're starting something new?
Failure.
Yeah.
Right. Failure is always that one. But people's perception of, right? So when I started real estate, I was a comedian first.
Yep.
And I was always fearful of people would think that I take everything as a joke. Like a comedian's a jokey person. Like, no, I'm very much a serious person, right? And so going into this whole new profession, but still being very active in stand-up comedy, people are like, well, you're going to put my life on stage? You're going to, I'm like, no. No.
Like, nobody cares about your credit score. It's not
nobody
going
cares.
in my head.
You fell off the stairs while showing your house. So what, right?
Well, that you maybe should put in.
Yeah, I should. But so that was probably one of my most scariest kind of like fearful moments of like transitioning and trying to juggle both careers, which it's working. And I kind of stopped being afraid of just like, we're gonna put this together. It has to go together for it to work. But I definitely going into real estate as well as still being a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. So when you think about your comedy career in the Twin Cities, like what is your new beginning? What is next for you?
I was just thinking about this last night. I don't know, which is scary.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like I am old in the game now. I've been, 13, 14 years in, I believe. And so there's a lot of stuff I haven't even tried to do. I haven't tackled festivals. I haven't tackled New York. I haven't tackled Chicago. I've done a lot here. I've done a lot, regionally, but I haven't tackled these big or bigger things. And so I'm like, all right, I got to stop cursing now in my sets so much because I want to get into these festivals.
Yeah.
I got to record my sets now so I can have material to get into the festivals.
Yeah.
And so I've always been do it my way and figure it out. But there is a path. The path has been paved from others. So it's like, it's time to just follow the path and just and try to find new results that way. Because I think my way has kind of, it's grown me. It's given me a name. I built a brand off of my way, but there's still so many more levels that I want to go.
Absolutely. And one thing you said that I feel like is really important is that even if you feel an urgency to start something new, like we don't have it all figured out, right? Like you want to take a next step in comedy, but you have all these things, but you don't have it all figured out, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Just like one step at a time and like doing one thing at a time to get to whatever your new beginning is.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So we have a little game called Restart Roulette. It's super easy. All you have to do is pick one of these Khadijah Show cards. Okay. And then it has something on it, and then you'll just answer the question. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just
mix it up real good.
Yeah, mix it up. All these three cards. So good. And my own sounds. Effects.
That's a lot of mixing for three cards. All right, here we go.
That's a lot of mixing for three cards. You're right.
Go to the middle. Okay. Tell me about the biggest risk you have taken. Whew. Okay. I wouldn't call it was a risk for me.
Okay.
Right? And so I like to travel a lot. And so now when I travel, I have to do at least one thing that's considered risky to a black person or risky to me. That's and smart. One of those things is heights, right? Okay. And so I love Mexico. That's my second home. And so every time I go, the biggest one I did was, they call it a cenote, or it's like a sinkhole. And so you're like 20, however many feet from the ground, right? So you're high up, you're jumping down into endless water, right? I can't swim, but I can swim, if that makes sense.
No.
Like I can't swim, but I can get my way through. I can navigate the water, right?
Okay, okay.
And so I'm on top of this cliff. It's a bunch of people around us. It's women. They're, let's go, go. I'm like, my heart's out my chest, Khadijah. But I'm like, I got to do this because I'm here. It's one of my goals. And so I'm going. The little dude, he run and just jump in there. I'm like, ain't no way you about to show me up. And so I'm high in the air, no life jacket. I can't swim. I don't like none of this, but I jump. I get down there. You know, you got to kind of stand like this. I hit the water. I'm like, and now I'm trying to get up. I'm thinking like, I'm like, where's the top? Where's the top? where's the top? And finally, I get to the top of the water, and I was so happy I did it. Like, I felt so proud of myself. I felt renewed. I felt accomplished. I felt like it felt so good.
That's awesome.
So I think that was my biggest risk.
Yeah.
I'm not a big risk taker in life per se, but like doing things, that's kind of my risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, thinking about like new beginnings come with some risk, and it could be a real physical risk, like you jumping into sinkhole.
Yeah.
Is that what it's kind of?
It's called a cenote, but pretty much a big
cenote.
old sinkhole, yeah.
A cenote, jumping into a cenote, and that can just translate and give you courage for when you're like, okay, I'm gonna apply to festivals, or I'm gonna try this thing in real estate that seems scary, or being a father.
Yeah.
So last question, you said your son is gonna be leaving the nest soon and starting his own new beginning. If you could say one thing to your son about this new chapter of his life or his new beginning, what is that thing you would say to him?
Be fearless. When you get to where you're going and you get there, be open-minded, be fearless, and be open to help. You can't do it all on your own. You don't want to do it all on your own, because when you try that way, you're going to be 40 with a receding hairline and a lot of gray hair, right? And so just be open to help, be open to just endless possibilities, but also you'll be fearless and just know that you got this.
I love that.
Yeah.
So even if you're watching and you're not Pierre's son, you can still take that advice when you are trying something new or you are going on your new beginnings. Pierre, thank you so much for being my first guest on the Khadijah Show. This was amazing. I can't wait to share the stage with you again and to see all the beautiful new beginnings that you have coming up in 2026.
Let's go.
How can people find you, find shows, get in touch with you if they want to buy a house?
All that good stuff. More importantly, buy a house. Social media is always the way nowadays, right? So Instagram, it's PDouglas23 on Instagram. Pierre Douglas SR or Pierre Douglas Sr. on Facebook and everything else. I'm a TikTok-y person. I love TikTok. I don't know my TikTok handle, but find me on TikTok too. But social media is the place to find me. I'm on there. If you want to buy or sell a home, I would love to help you. If you want to book me for a comedy show, I'm funny. And so, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to my very first episode of the Khadijah Show. This was a dream, and now it's actually happening. As I'm embarking on my new beginning, I invite you to examine your own life and think about what's a new beginning that you want to tackle. Yes, it might be scary. Yes, you might take some risk, but what's on the other side of that risk? Could be greatness. Who knows if you don't try? Please tune in next week where we'll be going over a whole new theme, and I'll have guests sharing their stories, their insight, and their expertise. Until next time, I love you and I mean it. Good night.